Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online, my city don't show me no love and that's fine. Fuck local radio stations, I got more plays than all of these rappers combined. I'm going again, I've been going in, I'm fed up with so many things, I gotta just let it all out. I'm talking about the shit they've been talking about, telling me I should do this, telling me I should do that, telling me things about rap, talking the truth and that stab in my back, they will knock me off, the game has been packaging.
I've been keeping it real, I've been doing what I feel, I've been out here trying to kill every beat, I know I will, everything I'm working on, every night another song, they been quiet all along, they gon' notice when I'm gone.
And we're back once again for the much asked about episode. Myself, Chris Jones, here with none other than XCW Hall of Famer, probably one of the best international and heavyweight champions of all time, one of the superstars that will let me do anything I want to him, Tommy the Man Merriman. Are you ready for this?
Not really, man, but I'm here, you know.
We're going to find out how ready you are. We're going to start off with a difficult one. Your son has been in the XCW audience several times.
Did anybody else write this shit down, man? Or did he write these questions?
I wrote these questions. Your son, for some reason, has been a Chris Jones fan. Face, heel, like, I can go to Walmart, and there's been an instance where a random person says, I hate you, you sprayed stuff in Tommy's face. The fire extinguisher at TLC.
Yeah, that was a cheap shot. You said hit me with it, you didn't say spray me.
I'm pretty sure I said spray.
No, you said, hey man, do you mind if I hit you with the fire extinguisher? And I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm reaching for the belt, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, it worked out even better. And it was green, which it's supposed to be white. I'm unsure why, but how does it feel to know that your son wanted Chris Jones on his birthday cake, and not only that, he wanted a wrestling match at his birthday party, Tommy Merriman versus Chris Jones, and he wanted Tommy to lose.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is that, you know how you come out, to your music, and you come down to the ring, and you do your taunts and stuff. I finally found out why my son likes you so much.
Because I give him free shit?
No, because he thinks you're a Power Ranger.
Power Ranger? How does he think I'm a Power Ranger?
He thinks you're the blue Power Ranger. That's why he wants to be the red Power Ranger, man. He's want to be your tag team partner.
Hit me up. We can beat your dad up any time. On that note, I'll be right back. I also, in light of that question, you get to go home and give this to your son, and I'm sure he will thoroughly enjoy that.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
All right, so what's the state of XCW moving along here?
My thought on the state of XCW, honestly, man, it's sky's the limit. I mean, if we have the people to show up and we have that dedication, and we have that heart, especially with, just like Roddy said in the last episode that I watched, it's great. It's the characters, man. It's the people that brings forth the effort.
Yeah.
And I believe that, if XCW keeps going the way it's going and the guys get the proper training that they need, that XCW can live forever.
Good answer. Now, a question I'm sure Josh Fletcher is interested in. What's the state of Tommy's independent wrestling career?
Well, like I said, I mean, everybody knows that I made a few indie appearances and stuff, man. I made my pro debut at ICW Pro in Marion, Indiana.
Wrestling Brain Hops?
No, that was at IWA Mid-South.
Okay.
No, this is when I was in the 4-0 matchup with D-Ray 3000, Frogun, I guess they call him, and then some guy named Justin, and then, of course, Eli Devlin, a.k.a. Ryan McMurray, and then myself. It was a 4-way matchup for the #1 contendership for the United United States title. Short-lived, newcomer, I'm a green ear, wasn't going to get over, but, I'm still taking bookings. I got to get more into the independent circuit to build up a good resume to start getting bookings and
Get
stuff.
more.
But if anybody questions or anything else like that, I'm never leaving XCW. I'm always going to be here. My name and my legacy will live on forever. Whether if my son joins, which, buddy, hope you do. I don't care if you wear this next week. So, but yeah, it's a step at a time, man. If you want to accomplish those dreams, you got to work toward them.
A more lighthearted question. So, we've known each other a long time, and around the time we first met, there was a dance-off at the pool hall with myself, you, against some females. Explain this dance-off and what happened.
Well, man, it's faintly, but the only thing I remember is we were playing pool, and there were some chicks on the dance floor. I think
Brand new dance floor. Don just had it installed.
Oh, yeah. And wasn't the stripper pole still in there, too?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. A pole from the ceiling to the floor.
Not a stripper pole.
Not a stripper.
An exercise pole. Proper term.
Dude, that thing needed to be wiped down so many times. But I remember he'd be like, "Hey, Tommy, man, come on, let's go show them what's up." And I'm like, nah. And then you went and requested a song. We got up there, and they thought they could dance. And then I remember doing this little gesture where
they weren't very, I don't think cleanly is the word. They weren't very attractive females. Continue.
Yeah. Well, I was faintly smelling this thing, man. I don't know where the smell came from. I asked you if you smelled it, but you didn't. But the moment that, I was working my way towards her, I flipped her in her taco. And I went, "Oh," and then it was like you and like three other guys. I was like, "Oh," and as I was going down, I put it all in front of your faces, and we all fell, and I'm like, "That's you. That's you." Oh my God. Yeah,
One of the best moments of not the best moment, but one of the best moments at Don's pool hall. Rest in peace, Barb.
Rest in peace.
So, Allie. It's very well known that you care deeply for the kids that you have with Stephanie.
Absolutely.
2 girls and a boy.
Mm-hmm.
But before Stephanie, there was Allie.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Kaylee.
Yep.
That's the name.
Yep.
It's not very well documented, but you and I used to hang out a lot. Everybody knows the documentation, like my mom. She wasn't the best mom. I moved around a lot. So it required a lot of helping move.
Right.
Josh helped me move several times. Roddy's helped me move. There was one time I was with Allison. You were with Allie at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You helped, and we went out to eat.
Are you talking about that big ass box TV that almost fell down the stairs?
Yeah, when I moved in with Scott and Chris Ann. But we moved my stuff, and we hung out like a lot back then. We don't nearly hang out as much because we have a lot more priorities we have to deal with. But you had a girlfriend, Allie, at the time, and you guys had a kid together. What I think some of the viewers, which it's not well known, like you don't talk about that anymore. So what happened with Allie and what happened with Kaylee? Tommy's first daughter.
Yes, my oldest daughter. As you guys can tell, I have her name on my neck. It's my first daughter, man. It's my first child. I still love her to death. And basically, the rundown, long story short, before she got pregnant, we ended up, and not a lot of people knew this, but we split up, and she got with this guy in Greensburg where she was living. And then right after they broke up, it was just a week, maybe 2 tops, she got a hold of me and got back with me. And then she took a pregnancy test, told me that she was pregnant, worked my ass off for 6 months straight. She's going through her 2nd trimester, and right before, the baby shower and everything else. I already bought a lot of shit for the baby. We found out that we were having a girl. She had the balls to tell me that she didn't think the little girl was mine.
Which is crazy, because I've seen Kaylee before. So I know what she looks like.
Yeah.
Because you guys hung out with me and Allison a lot back then.
Yeah. And right after she told me that, I couldn't trust her. Left. And then I was living in Mays, Indiana at the time, training for my MMA career. And I got a call from her saying that she is in Columbus Regional Hospital about to give birth. And my reaction was, okay. And she's like, well, such and such is not going to be, I'm not going to mention names. I'm like, what do you want me to do? She's like, well, come up there. I'm like, I really don't want to come up there.
Yeah.
So I went up there anyway. It's just curiosity in the back of my mind. I got there. She delivered the baby, and I was fingers crossed, praying to God that the little girl was mine, and she was.
Good news. She looks like you.
But not a lot of people know that I actually signed my rights up because I was so far in debt with child support. I didn't have a job. I just kept racking up, kept getting locked up for it. But before I departed with her, I told her that I loved her.
It's not an easy decision to take lightly.
Yeah.
Me and I'm sure Josh Fletcher can tell people we've had lots of conversations about a similar situation before my daughter ended up with the good home that she is today, and I see her every other weekend.
And it's good that you guys are still involved, though, man.
And one more question for the commercial break to end on a lighthearted note. Why do you let me do the stuff I do to you? Why do you let me throw you off the roof through an ironing board? Why do you let me set you on fire? Why do you let me shove things up your ass?
Whoa, that's Benji.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I shoved a broom up your ass, maybe.
Maybe.
Alright. Why do you run into the super kick and get busted open? But mostly the ironing board, because I had to pay $10 to let Eddie and Chassie let me throw you off the roof.
Well, my thing is, man, is that in this type of business that we do, in the wrestling industry and everything else, I love the business. I love the people that's in it. I love the people that I work with. It's based on trust, man. I don't know why. I don't know why I trust you, because you're just as fucking crazy as I am.
I don't trust many people.
And that's why we have some of the best matches in XCW history.
I agree. And on that note, my cameraman is signaling to me quite a lot. We're going to our first commercial break.
It's the last time that I ask why. I'm overlooked and I'm passed by. You can't grasp my shit, that's fine. Can't see the truth through glass eyes. You're half blind. In fact, I'm on my way to the back nine. I'm coming out swinging the man on a mission and breaking new ground like a landmine. Can't stop my ambitions, can't stop my commitment. My very existence is winning the game. Every minute I'm giving, I'm thinking of living the different. You live it the same, a vivid display. What are you thinking? I'm building the vision, you're thinking the grave. I'm in a position to have an opinion. Don't need your permission to give it away. Give it a rest, this is the end. You cannot prevent what you're fighting against. We live in the shit, we didn't pretend. We're the percentage you'll never forget. Look at the math, look at what's left. You can't represent what you couldn't accept. Since the beginning I knew you were ignorant. That is a difference you can't understand. What would you do with nothing to lose? Nothing to live for but something to prove. You don't have a clue, you got it confused. You couldn't walk 20 steps in our shoes. Every minute you're talking for view. Can't run from the truth, it's coming for you. We are the many and you are the few. We are the future. Day in a new way. The future brings a new game. A view change, a crusade. It's a journey to the new age. So you may want to take this time to pack a suitcase. We're coming, you're going, cause we are the chosen. Yeah, this is our moment, you're too late. That's it, I have spoken. I told you it's hopeless. You thought I was joking, but when did I laugh? The smile you noticed was me overflowing from joy and emotion from ending the past. Sending it back like something was open, like something was broken. It went in the trash. Day one is over, the future's approaching. The embers are glowing, we're spreading the ash. We're flipping the script, spinning the shit. You've been a victim, 6'6" in the kick. You finish the 10, I'm swinging the miss. You're dead in the wind cause your wings have been clipped. We're giving
Oh my God, look at him go! Oh no. Listen, you're supposed to catch your phone on fire, not kill him. Oh God. Is he done for? Oh my God. It's an MC bomb! By Chris Jones! An MC bomb! Can you continue? Yeah.
We're back from that amazing footage of some of our match clips. I'm sure that's what will be there. And so, back to some more interesting questions. So, you and Allie, you guys went through some rough times, and I'm not talking necessarily personally, I'm talking about, like, financially wise. There was a low point for Tommy Merriman to where, at one point, you were having to sneak in, don't know if it was, like,
It was the old house.
Your dad's old house.
Yeah.
You have to sneak in, just so you have a place to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Having to do that and going through that low point in your life, how has that changed and molded you into the person you are today?
Well, just to sum it all up in one setting, I seen myself at my lowest point, and I promised myself that I would never be there again. So I fought and fought and fought, and it came up. And then throughout the years, of course, everybody knows that, I went to prison and got out, started doing better, and then that's when I met Steph, my wife now.
Yeah.
And it's been some of the best. We've been together for 6, almost 7 years, and it's been the best years of my life. She gave me 3 beautiful kids that I can never repay for.
You talked about the low point and what you had to do, making that difficult decision with Kaylee. You made another difficult decision in a more positive aspect. You adopted the oldest, Erlen. Yeah.
Yep.
Which I find very commendable, by the way.
Yep.
Who do you think is the worst XCW superstar of all time?
Swap Man.
I hate you. I fucking love Swap Man.
Swap Man is the worst, dude.
Who is the best XCW superstar of all time? And you can't say Swap Man because you said for the last answer, you asshole.
Wow, that's a hard one. I'm gonna have to say, I don't know why the camera guy's pointing at himself.
I don't know either.
I'm gonna have to say, Corey Lee. He doesn't like taking a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Because he's like, but I'm gonna have to say Corey Lee, or I faced a lot of people, man, and by far one of the best people I've ever wrestled is yourself. So.
I appreciate that. Those answers are 2 general consensus answers. You are also another one of the people's answers, but I appreciate that. Explain what happened with Brandon and the broken leg, and I don't know if Josh is going to throw some footage of it in there or not, but explain what happened, and is it Brandon's fault? Was it your fault? And do you hold any grudges against Brandon?
Honestly, it was nobody else's fault, not mine, not Brandon's. It was just a miscommunication. Communication is key when you're in there, and when he went to clothesline me, boom, he didn't, I wasn't able to twist.
Yeah.
He just held on to me, and when he came up off the rope, it springboarded me out, and
Jesus Christ! Out of the ring right in front of us. Ah! Fuck! Man, that leg!
Both men are down.
Tommy.
Both men are down.
Fuck! Get on!
And it was nasty, and you still managed to finish the match and to do the promo afterwards. So I commend you for that. Because I would have thrown up the X. I would have Tegan Knox myself. Clearly, we talked about many episodes before with Josh, myself, Emily. We've all had some very low points and suicidal thoughts. Has Tommy Merriman ever had those types of thoughts run through his mind? Couldn't just take it anymore and wanted to end it.
honestly, I was at a very, very young age, man, but it was a few years after my mom passed when I was in a group home. as many of you know, my mom was brutally murdered back, 99, over 20 years ago. At that time, I was 10. And by the time I was like 13 or 14, I got prescribed Zoloft and Trazodone for antidepressants.
Yeah.
And the mixture of those is insane, man. And I tried hanging myself out of a 2-story window in Gibraltar.
It is sad to hear, but mental health, ladies and gentlemen, is not a joke. It can be anybody from the most positive people you see on TV. Celebrities have millions and millions of dollars. It can be anywhere from them to people, just ordinary people like us. Mental health is definitely not a joke.
Keep the people in your life close, because you never know when you're going to lose them.
One word answer. Is there anybody you hate in XCW? If so, who?
Yes.
Okay, well, the name.
Oh. Patrick O'Reilly.
Interesting. Not the answer I thought. But
I don't hate him. It's just his gimmick is whack as shit. And I love him to death. Good guy.
Yeah.
Learned a bump.
we already talked about your jail time shaping you into the person you are today.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned your mother's incident.
Mm-hmm.
Very tragic, especially for someone to go through at a young age. My grandma was killed by a Mexican. And despite what anybody says, I am not racist against Mexicans. But I had a Mexican run a red stoplight. My grandma was turning left right there by the McDonald's, going to Water Dance where she lived at the time, and T-boned the passenger side, killed her. Her husband at the time survived, and we had some money for a while, and because they sued the Mexican lady, and a whole bunch of things went down. So I know what I went through at a young age for my grandma, because when my mom couldn't step up. I'm not saying it's the same for everybody's mother. When my mom couldn't step up and do what she needed to do, my grandma was there, my uncle was there. I spent all weekend with my grandma and my uncle all the time. How did losing your mom at such a young age in a very tragic way affect you growing up, and how did it shape you into the person you are today?
Right after losing my mother, man, I went back to my dad. Well, my stepdad's. I adopted me when I was 4. He's my dad.
Yeah. Same way with my stepmom.
I have 3 other little siblings, Nicole, Nick, and Kyle, that needed me. And I don't know, I lashed out, man. I completely did shit the wrong way. So basically what I'm trying to say is that I went ahead and made the mistakes and suffered from them so my siblings didn't have to. You know what I mean?
Makes sense, yeah.
You know what I mean? So they know, hey, don't go down the road that I did.
Yeah.
And now today, my sister Nicole has already been through college, got her degree to be a substitute teacher. She's going back to college to be a vet tech. My little brother Nick went to the Marines, did basic training for a month, propelled down a wall, or he did something during the training and blew out his knee.
Yeah.
So they gave him an audible discharge. So any medical expenses that he has, the VA hospital will take care. Yeah. My brother Kyle, he's getting ready to be a dad this year.
Yeah, I've seen that on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm really excited, man. I know he's been wanting one for a while, and he's got a good job in Greenfield, man. Paying him good money. He's
Kyle Merriman, also an XCW superstar.
Yep, former.
So, probably one of the last questions I'm sure people want to know, the last bad question I think on here. Has Tommy Merriman ever cheated on any girlfriends? / wives, boyfriends, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I don't have a legacy just in the ring. I do have one outside. It's a bad legacy to have, but no. When I was with Steph, I've cheated on every woman I've ever been with. Honestly, I've broken a lot of hearts, and that reflects on me today, man, because I see how, they found the bad guy.
Yeah.
Broke up with the bad guy.
Yeah.
It's just like that good luck Chuck. You fuck with a chick, the next dude, she love of her life, and they get married.
Yeah.
But, no, when I was with Steph, man, I cheated on her ever since I could, and then I eventually told her she left me, but, true love fucking makes people go nuts, man. She came back, and I've been faithful ever since.
Yeah. Something that a dad always worries about with a daughter, my daughter being 12, going to her first Valentine's Day dance the day I leave to go to Missouri, so I'll be flying, nervous as fuck.
I guarantee it.
But going to her first Valentine's Day dance, and she had a funny story. We'll tell it real quick. She had this. We paid for a ticket for her very first school dance at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Then this boy wanted to buy her ticket. She's like, "No, my dad already gave me a ticket. I don't want to go with you." And then me and her aunt, because she lives with her aunt, amazing person by the way, and we convinced her, just give the ticket to one of your friends, and then let him buy you a ticket and go with him to the dance. So she did that, and then let the boy buy her ticket, and then the kid got sick and couldn't go to the dance.
How fucking ironic.
So dads win. Fuck you, little kid. Worst weapon shot you've ever taken?
Oh, God. Well, I know your answer. It's windshield wiper.
Second.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty close, but the box fan screen.
Oh.
But windshield wipers is probably
Honestly,
tied.
I think the worst weapon shot, man, I've had a lot. I would have to say that made me bleed profusely was the fluorescent light bulb that Roddy gave to me.
That was rough. Because I don't like to take light bulb shots. Just because flashbacks the light bulb to the face.
Right. And then, I mean, I know it's not a weapon shot, but the doghouse was used, and it was a back body drop that Roddy gave me.
It's no one really it's the little things that hurt the most, like windshield wipers. Sure, you can hit me with windshield wipers, and we did it in UIW, and we almost weren't friends after that. That was miserable. So, I told you at the beginning of the show that you were going to have to cut a promo. I'm going to set the stage for you. Right. Tommy Merriman, top bad guy heel, which should be no surprise to you. You are facing the returning icon, Cynical. But Emily Moore is messing with you guys. She's putting you guys in an evening gown match for the XCW Championship. Now, I know you're excellent at cutting promos. Sell me and the XCW Galaxy on Tommy the Man Merriman versus the Icon Cynical in an evening gown match for the XCW Heavyweight Championship at SummerMania.
Well, let me tell you something, Cynical. You think you're going to fill that dress out, that little nightgown? Let me tell you something. You see these? You see these? You see this ass? Because I'm going to be walking down the aisle. You're going to be right next to me. I'm going to lay you down. I'm going to go to the 1, 2, 3. But you know what, Emily Moore, I'm not going to give you the satisfactory biatch. So, Cynical, at SummerMania, prepare to lose. And I will gladly put that belt around my waist wearing this damn nightgown. Because I am not afraid. All right, cutscene.
That was excellent. I'm sold. I'm buying tickets.
But
that's fucking excellent. I had to make yours off because I had Austin do it. Right. I had Brady do that. I'm sold. Book it.
He said, write it down.
What are Tommy's wrestling plans for the future? Whether it be backyard long term or independent long term or just wrestling in general.
Well, I mean, I've had a lot of people ask me, man, so what are you going to do, man, if you're going to be in the indie scene? Or are you going to quit XCW? Or are you going to quit the backyard? I'm sorry, man, I'm not going to be like Dylan Bostic, or the original Sins. Is that what they're called? Nick Michaels and Tyler Lytle and all them?
I don't know what they're called, but we know who you're talking about.
Yeah. See, I'm not going to be like the rest of the guys, man. I'm going to let them know where I came from because I am a true friend and I don't just stab motherfuckers in the back. You know what I mean? And I'm never going to leave XCW. I'm always going to be a part. Like I said, this is my legacy. XCW created me.
True.
So if I'm going to be in the Indies, I'm going to be in the Indies. But I'm still going to be part of XCW.
Being as someone who has suffered an injury in yourself, you talked about your broken leg, Next question revolves around Joshua Ryan Fletcher. Do you think, I've asked several people this question because it's clear, we all know that Josh has a short fuse sometimes, but it's improved over the years. Do you think Josh cares about superstars, or do you think it's all about XCW?
Well, with no superstars, we wouldn't be XCW.
True.
You know what I mean? So, I know a lot of people don't like Josh for, the way his attitude or the way that he runs things, man, but the way that he runs things and his attitude is why we're here now.
Yeah.
When it comes to show days, Josh wants it on point. He doesn't want to do lays and shit, man, and the other guys have to respect that.
Yes.
I mean, I might not be the best in attendance, man, but, I'm there, I do my shit, I do it to the fullest, and I try to help out when I can. But in order, Josh's, little short fuse, and like I said, the way that he runs the business, man, is the reason why we got this far.
You are married.
Yes.
To Stephanie. I don't know what her maiden name is, but we'll just say Merriman, because the maiden name's not really important after they get married. 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
1 adopted. They're your world. Are you happy?
I am tremendously happy. Like, I just, quite frankly, I never thought, that I would have been the married type or the one to have the kids, because everybody else around me was growing up having them, and, I was like, and then, when Kaylee came around, and then after Allie, I got with Steph, and then here I am, and I'm living the best lives,
So, Tommy Merriman has to retire from wrestling tomorrow. Today, you get 1 match in XCW you want. You get to pick the match type, the person, past, present, past or present. If you had to wrestle 1 more match and that could be your only match, you're sending off Grace, you can pick the match type. What match would it be and who with?
I already have it set. It would be a death match, a fatal 4-way between me, you, Fletch, and Cynical.
Fatal 4-way match. Death match would be the first ever. We have had a triple threat match. It's not a bad idea.
Mind you, I've been in the first Canadian Lumberjack match.
Yeah.
I think I was the first Inferno match, right?
Yeah. Against me.
First. Yeah.
A lot of firsts. You're the only person to be thrown off a roof to an ironing board. The first.
Yeah.
Last question. You've been around a millennia from Tommy the Man Merriman to correctly Tommy the Man Merriman. It's been all about grape jelly and gotta get that protein. What kind of advice do you have for the current XCW superstars and the new ones that will be coming in, if any new ones come in?
Well, my future advice for the current XCW roster or anybody else that is wanting to be involved with XCW, the only thing that I can tell you is that if you're not 100% into it and you're wasting the trainer's time, don't be involved. Because I know that you have heart, you have that charisma, you have that athleticism, and if you don't, we will make that happen. But you have to be 100% dedicated, full heart into it. And I'm not saying that, go about your lives and do what you do, man, but when it's XCW time, give it your all, man, because that's what I've done, that's what Chris Jones has done, that's what Josh Fletcher, Roddy, Genocide, Brendan Stickle. Brendan Stickle's been there since day 1. You know what I mean?
Off and on, but yeah. He did wrestle the first XCW match.
My advice to you guys, if this is something you want to do it. Nobody can hold you back but yourself.
Just be real. Don't waste our time. Not bad. That has been all for No False Finish. I'm losing track. Season 3, Episode 4. You finally asked for it. We had the FWL episode. We had Hazard. We got Tommy the Tommy the Man Merriman. I don't know what's next. Probably part 2 of Fletch Takes Over.
Well, let's go get Dr. Thunder.
Hey, sit down.
All right.
The camera. Pew. So, as I was saying, saying that's all for episode 4, season 3. Join us next time. I appreciate Tom for being here, and we'll catch you next time.
They keep it real, I've been doing what I feel. I've been out here trying to kill every beat, I know I will. Everything I'm working on, every night another song. They've been quiet all along, they gon' notice when I'm gone.
Everybody wanna copy you, but they're not you. Everybody wanna be cool, but they're not new. Whoa, look how I go. Gonna be a dentist, I still got the flow. Never gonna lose, cause I'm still doing both. Never gonna lose, cause I've been on the road. Come to your state and I'm killing the show. Know that I'm young and I still gotta grow. Know that I'm working the most, know I'm never gonna choke. And I'm looking back down on the people below.
I've been keeping real, I've been doing what I feel. I've been out here trying to kill